Hey gang. Usually, I try to get a little energized and I try to get a little pumped up and everything like that to tell you guys these pay-per-view results. But after reading all the results of everything that happened, I have hardly any energy to try to get excited about what was overall a pretty predictable and not really all that great pay-per-view. But let's get to those results on a pay-per-view that changed more times than I changed socks. Starting off with the kickoff show match, which was supposed to be Big E and Xavier Woods versus Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura, your winners. Big E and Xavier Woods. And then the tag team titles on SmackDown were on the line as the Usos took on Shane McMahon and The Miz, and your winners, still the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos. SmackDown Women's titles on the line as Asuka took on Mandy Rose, your winner, and still SmackDown Women's Champion, Asuka. And they threw in a bonus match where it was going to be The Bar versus Kofi Kingston in a handicap match, and The Bar won that one, so lovely. And the Raw Tag Team titles were on the line as Revival took on Aleister Black and Ricochet and Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, your winners, and still the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Revival. And there was a Fatal 4-Way U.S. title match involving Samoa Joe, R-Truth, Rey Mysterio, and Andrade, and you guessed it, Samoa Joe retained the U.S. title. For the Women's Tag Team titles, Bayley and Sasha Banks took on Tamina, Snuka, and Nia Jax, your winners, and still the Women's Tag Team Champions, Sasha Banks and Bayley. And the WWE title match became a triple threat match as Daniel Bryan took on Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali, your winner, and still the WWE Champion, Daniel Bryan. And then a shot at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title, Becky Lynch took on Charlotte, and your winner by DQ, Becky Lynch. And the main event was The Shield reuniting for one last time. Yeah, right. Taking on Baron Corbin, the Terminator. Oh, Lord. Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley, your winners, The Shield. Oh. Holy moly. What can I say? I was going to do a rant on this whole thing about the WrestleMania 36 logo, which I'm sure you all have seen it by now. I want to get that out of the way real quick before I ramble on about this boring pay-per-view. I don't really see what the big deal is. It looks just like a pirate flag type logo. And my guess was, okay, they're going to be in Tampa Bay in 2020. Okay, cool. Great. Awesome. So, yeah, and people are kind of not liking it and all this other stuff, and it's like, they'll probably change it before next year anyway. Don't get into a big worry about it, so yeah. Oh, yeah, got to announce the winner between Dani, Knightmare, and Gory B Movie, who will have to do the big punishment for next month's live stream. Your winner and new champion, Gory B Movie. Yes, he had a perfect record. The only one Dani got wrong was a Raw Tag Title match. He picked Aleister Black and Ricochet, and yeah. I mean, that's messed up. We all three pretty much picked, I erased the Rey Mysterio Andrade match because it didn't happen. They bump it up to the big show for a 4-way U.S. title match. Then they put the New Day against Rusev and Shinsuke on a pre-show. Then they have the Bar take on Kofi Kingston in an impromptu handicap match. And again, the 4-way U.S. title match. And then Daniel Bryan has a triple threat match. Gang, I'm telling you. And they sit there and say, this will be the last time the Shield will wrestle together. Yeah, right. Come on. Let's be serious. It's so dumb. It's so lame. I say if they're going to let the Shield reunite for one last pay-per-view, make it a big one, like WrestleMania. Come on. Not a boring, dull, fans couldn't get into it if you tape their eyes open, dull pay-per-view. I mean, this thing was overall predictable, extremely boring, and just... And apparently, I guess Vince had somebody whisper in his ear saying, everybody's making... And anybody out there who made prediction videos, I'm sorry. Because whether you got your picks right or wrong, let's face it, we were all wrong. Because we wanted to pick on something that was extremely an overall lame pay-per-view. And who didn't see it coming? Come on, seriously. But... this pay-per-view, Fastlane's never been that good to begin with. They've never really had too many good ones anyway. And this one was definitely one of their worst. Somebody had to whisper into Vince's ear and said, look, nobody's really going to get into this pay-per-view. Okay, I'll shake things up a bit. I'll make Shane McMahon turn heel. Well, everybody's been seeing that one coming for months, so, yeah. And just all these last-minute match changes. It didn't save the pay-per-view. This one was horrible. So now we now at least know of a couple of matches already set for WrestleMania. Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. And the triple threat match for the Raw Women's title is on the line. It's going to happen. Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair. What else is going to happen? I don't know, but WrestleMania 35 had better start looking really darn good because Fastlane was a snooze fest. I mean, you had Asuka and Mandy Rose, which didn't last very long. The handicap match where the crowd was chanting, "This is boring." The Charlotte Flair Becky Lynch match, which apparently was brief. Yeah. And they tried to save the show by doing the Shield versus 3 guys that everybody knew that the Shield was gonna just defeat them. So, yeah. Let's face it, folks. This show stunk on ice. But what did you guys think of it? Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. And I got a ton of wrestling channels. Hope you guys will go check out. I'll try to put them in the right order this time around. I feel like since last month, it seems like every time a new month comes around, it's like, I have now subscribed to about 15, 20 wrestling channels. And you know what the crazy thing is? During Fastlane, I was looking up old WWF shows from like Madison Square Garden, the Philadelphia Spectrum, and stuff like that, just to entertain myself because I knew Fastlane was going to just seriously be a bad show. But there you guys go. So I'm going to wrap this bad boy on up, and I hope you guys will go check out the channels. I will put in the description below. And if you like my videos, please feel free to subscribe. And again, do you think this year's Fastlane was worse than last year's? Do you think it was the worst overall? Let me know what you think. And I will see you guys next time around. Oh, take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching, everybody. God bless you all. Try to be good. Try to be good to yourself. And try to be good to others. Till next time for WrestleMania 35. As always, stay strong and rock on.